My name is Mr. Madden. I know most everyone in here. And this is the final day of our Greek mythology presentation. This is Class 5C today. I'm so excited to have so many representatives from different classes in the lower school and lower middle school today. We've got third grade down here. We have a second grade today. Yep, second grade. We have a fourth grade. Of course, we have the fifth grades here supporting their classmates on this final mythology day. This is such an exciting project. The kids in the hallway are so ready to go, and I think everyone clearly wants to see the show. So without further ado, this is Class 5C Mythology 2025.
We are the Marymount Greek Chorus. Join us as we take a tour of Mount Olympus. Join us as we bring the Greek myths to life.
Long, long ago, the citizens of ancient Greece marveled at the wonders of the world around them.
They were transfixed by the power of volcanoes.
Ooh, lava!
They pondered the change of seasons.
And after the long, cold winter, the leaves and flowers began to bloom again. And in the summer, the sun's blazing hot, and you could catch a gnarly wave, dude.
They were amazed by the stars that lit up the nighttime sky.
And so the citizens of ancient Greece created gods and goddesses, each with powers, each with stories to explain all of life's mysteries.
The gods and goddesses lived together on Mount Olympus,
A mountain so high that no human could see their activity.
At the start, there was Gaia. I am Gaia, source of all life. I came out of the darkness so long ago and no one knows when or how.
There was her grandson, Zeus.
I am Zeus, the most powerful of all gods. My weapon is lightning bolt. With that, I can govern the sky and earth and secure my place as the most powerful of all gods.
He's all about that bolt. Got that bolt.
More thunder.
Zeus had two brothers.
I am Poseidon, god of the sea. My weapon is my trident. When I strike the water, the waves raise high to the sky.
I am Theseus, son of the god Poseidon. I'm famous for slaying the fearsome Minotaur.
I'm Hades, god of the underworld. My weapon is the cap of invisibility. When I wear it, I can move around without being seen and sneak up on my enemies.
I'm Demeter, goddess of fertility. I tend to the fields and flowers with my daughter Persephone.
I'm Hestia, the hearth and the tender of all the fires of the world.
I am Hera, the goddess of marriage and family. I'm also Zeus's wife.
Zeus shared his throne with all his brothers and all his sisters and all their children. Together they served as major gods of ancient Greece.
You should have seen their family reunions.
I am Ares, son of Zeus, god of war. I am very busy and always have my sword and shield by my side.
I'm Aphrodite, the goddess of love. People love to paint my picture.
I'm Hermes, herald and messenger of all the gods. Hey, I just bring the news. I don't make it. I'm Persephone, daughter of Demeter and goddess of spring. It's nice to be back from the underworld. More on that later.
I am Athena, goddess of wisdom and art. I'm a real headache to my father Zeus.
I'm Apollo, son of Zeus, god of the sun. You can thank me for all your lovely tans.
I'm Dionysus, youngest of the gods and god of wine. I'm so popular I get invited to all the parties and celebrations.
The gods and goddesses had a wonderful time on Mount Olympus. They feasted on ambrosia and nectar, which hided their immortality. Eat up!
Nom 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 nom.
Yummy.
But in addition to all their powers, the Greek gods and goddesses had many human flaws, such as jealousy, curiosity, and greed.
I want it. It's me.
The people of ancient Greece worshipped these gods and did their best to keep them happy. They believed if their descendants from the gods were in a heated argument.
And if it was sunny, that meant the gods were getting along.
Don't take out the trash!
Though the humans could never climb to the top of Mount Olympus, the gods would often descend to earth disguised as humans or animals.
They're mischievous gods and couldn't help but cause trouble.
Who? Us?
Today we share 4 stories. All of them lessons about what happens when you anger the gods.
We proudly present the Greek myths.
The myth of Arachne. Athena was the daughter of Zeus. After Zeus swallowed her mother, the goddess Metis, Athena sprang forth from her father's head. Fully grown and wearing the armor and helmet her mother had made while inside Zeus's body. Athena was wise and strong, the goddess of wisdom, and Zeus's favorite child.
My dear Athena, you are my most treasured child. I will grant you any wish you desire. Simply ask and it shall be so.
Though I am the goddess of wisdom, I long for creativity as well. Kind Father, bless me with the gift of artistry, and I shall be content.
Zeus kept his promise, and Athena became a master of craftsmanship and the goddess to artists. She was the inventor of the loom and presented her gifts for all mankind to enjoy.
With this invention, I can create the most exquisite tapestries, using colors from the universe and thread spun from the softest clouds, red from the sunset and blue from the night sky.
Everyone in Greece worshipped the artistry of Athena, until one day, a young maiden, the proud Arachne, challenged the goddess.
Excuse me? Who dares challenge the goddess Athena?
Patience, please. I'm just getting to that. Arachne was a young girl who lived in Lydia, famous for its purple dye. Her joy was weaving, and she wore the most beautiful clothes anyone had ever seen.
Look at my craftsmanship. I make men weave at my work, and the skill of my hands, I'm the greatest weaver in the world, since the world began, no doubt. Call me crazy, but I think I'm better than Athena herself.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Athena heard this, of course. The gods were always very quick to hear criticism, and even swifter to act against it. Athena was hurt and dismayed by Arachne's words, for she truly cherished the mortals and only wished for their betterment. However, this disrespect could not go unpunished.
You poor child, you do not know how foolish you are.
Athena disguised herself as an old woman and went down to earth to Arachne's house. She met with Arachne and gave her the opportunity to correct her mistake.
Your work is beautiful, child, but do you dare compare yourself to the goddess Athena? Why not be content to be the best among the mortals and leave the work of the gods to the gods themselves?
Because I am better than the gods. Let the goddess Athena come and measure her skills against mine.
And with that, the goddess Athena threw off her disguise.
Foolish! Foolish Arachne, you are a vain girl. I am the goddess Athena, the very goddess you have dared to mock. Your wish has come to pass. Sit down at your loom and let us compete. Your own villagers will be the judge and jury. 7 days from now you will set your spindle in the meadow, and I shall set mine in my place, and we shall have a contest. If you win, I shall refrain from any punishment. If I win, it is your life.
On the day of the competition, Arachne and Athena sat at their looms to begin their work. For days the two spun their crafts. The villagers came from near and far to witness the magical sight. Though Arachne's loom produced a rich and beautiful canvas, it was no match for the goddess Athena, who seemed to weave the very sky into her fabric.
Dear goddess, forgive me for my vanity. It is true you are the best. Please spare my humble little life.
I take pity on you, Arachne, for though you are a proud girl, you are in fact talented. I shall spare you your life, but since you seem to enjoy weaving so very much, you must live your life weaving forever, so that you may never forget the fate that befalls those who challenge the gods.
And with that, Athena changed Arachne into a spider.
Go on, foolish girl, spin your thread and weave your empty net forever.
And that is why spiders are called arachnids by those who know them best.
The myth of Daedalus and Icarus. Daedalus was a Greek inventor, architect, and craftsman of marvelous skill.
Why, thank you.
He is credited with inventing carpentry, including tools like the saw, the axe, and glue. He is said to have been the first to invent sails and masts for King Minos' navy.
I also carved statues with such precision that they appear to be living and moving.
Excuse me, I'm in charge of the narration.
Are you going to tell the whole thing?
The title of this myth is Daedalus and Icarus, so yes.
Can we change the end? I don't like what happened.
Whose fault is that? Among Daedalus' most famous inventions, a wooden bowl for Queen Pasiphae and a labyrinth,
Which is a complicated maze. Once you enter, good luck finding your way back out.
the labyrinth was designed to imprison the Minotaur, a fearsome creature of Crete who had the body of a man and head and tail of a bull. Minotaur, that's your cue.
Roar!
Can you be more fearsome?
I am the Minotaur. Hear me roar. Roar.
You're supposed to be a gruesome monster.
This adaptation's for children. I don't want to scare them.
But you eat children, Athenian children.
Oh, come on. I'm deeply misunderstood. No one loves me. Everyone's scared of me. No one feeds me. Except for that occasional batch of human sacrifices. Don't judge. Minotaurs gotta eat.
Regardless of the creature you see on stage before you, the Minotaur was terrifying, pacing around the center of the labyrinth, always angry and hungry. Can you please pace and growl a bit?
Grr, 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 grr.
You're really letting me down here.
I gotta be me, narrator.
Moving right along then. One year, Theseus, a great Athenian hero, disguised himself and volunteered to join the 14 Athenian children who were going to be sent into the labyrinth and sacrificed to the Minotaur.
Save us, Theseus, save us!
Ha ha ha. Don't worry, I'm Theseus, son of the god Poseidon. I will not fail you.
The children were sent into the maze, and Theseus, with the help of Daedalus,
Unwind the magical ball of string as you go, so you can find your way to the center. Also, here are a couple of tricks to help you find your way back out.
Thanks, Big D.
You're welcome, Strong T. Better have your sword ready to go. You don't want to get eaten by the Minotaur.
Some versions of my story say I use my bare hands to kill the Minotaur. That's more dramatic.
Don't be reckless and impulsive.
Recklessness, impulsiveness, my fatal flaws. But don't worry, I got this.
Theseus wandered into the labyrinth, the sound of crying, terrified Athenian children echoing throughout the dark and endless maze.
Save us, Theseus, save us!
The Minotaur was starving and began to prowl in search of delicious Athenian children.
You know, I'd be good with a nice Greek salad. Does anyone know if Grubhub will deliver to a remote island in the Mediterranean?
You don't eat salad! Stop it! Theseus used the magical ball of string and followed Daedalus' tips on how to get into the center of the maze.
Here comes dinner.
After winding through the dark, creepy passageways, Theseus finally arrived at the Minotaur's lair.
I, Theseus, son of the god Poseidon, greatest Athenian to ever live, will slay you, you wretched, horrifying beast.
No need for all the name calling. Minotaur's feelings too.
And with that, Theseus killed the Minotaur.
But really, that's it? You call that character arc? Come on, I have to have another scene or two.
Sorry, that's how the myth goes.
Die! 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 Take it easy, I'm dead. Sheesh, no respect.
Once the Minotaur was dead, Theseus followed the magical ball of string out of the labyrinth, gathering up Athenian children as he went. boarded the ship with the children and King Minos' daughter, the Cretan princess Ariadne. King Minos was furious when he discovered that the Minotaur was dead and his daughter was gone.
The Minotaur is dead?
Hello, what about me?
Excuse me?
I am Ariadne, Cretan princess, daughter of King Minos and Queen Pasiphae.
I said that already. You're on the ship with Theseus sailing away.
I was the one Theseus went to for help. That scene with Theseus and Daedalus never happened. It was me.
This is a myth. Technically, none of this happened.
I gave Theseus the ball of string and sword to slay the Minotaur.
Great. Ariadne helped Theseus by holding a ball of string. Now sail away.
Theseus never would have conquered that major monster without me.
Thank you for setting the record straight. On with the story.
Really? You're not gonna give me any more stage time? You got a lot of dudes in this play. My story is essential to this myth. And I'm gonna marry the god Dionysus!
We don't have time for that. This myth is called Daedalus and Icarus.
Icarus hasn't even entered yet. How many pages into the script are you?
Hi, I'm Icarus!
This kid? Seriously?
Hi, I'm Icarus!
What about the scene where Theseus abandons me at the island of Naxos? I'm prepared to give you some real tears when I find out I've been left behind. Look. Why me?
We need to move on. Welcome Icarus, son of Daedalus.
I was the mistress of the labyrinth, and some say I was even the great goddess of Crete. Really? Icarus! I'm out of here.
As I was saying, King Minos was furious when he discovered what happened.
The Minotaur is dead? My daughter Ariadne left with Theseus? How did this happen? I need answers. No one knows the secrets to the labyrinth. No one!
No one, that is, except the brilliant designer of the magnificent maze.
Who? Who are you talking about? You know who did this?
Starts with a D, ends with an S, and rhymes with Aeschylus, sort of?
Who?
Wait, no, Pegasus. Rhymes with Pegasus.
No idea. I have no idea.
Daedalus, it's Daedalus.
Daedalus? Did you help Theseus?
I gave him the ball of string.
You gave me the ball of string.
Right, thank you. I gave Ariadne the ball of string, who in turn gave it to Theseus. A magical ball of string.
Daedalus, I must punish you and your son.
Hi, I'm Icarus.
I know who you are. Daedalus, I love the labyrinth you designed. Really. Amazing work. But you have betrayed me. You and your son will now be imprisoned in this labyrinth forever.
I know the way out.
My men will close the entrance. My ships will guard the seas. There is no way for you to escape.
With that, King Minos departed, leaving Daedalus and his son Icarus in the labyrinth with no way out.
Whoa, Dad, look, this cliff is super high up. Look at the view. Hello, narrator, go ahead. Look, Dad, I can balance on the edge. Icarus, move away from the cliff. Icarus.
What are we gonna do, Dad?
I need to think. Ooh, I'm gonna go explore the labyrinth now that the Minotaur is dead. No, you are not.
Why are you so boring?
Icarus, can you please be still? I need to think of a plan. Icarus, you know I'm trying to protect you because I love you, right? If you could please be still for a moment, I need to think of a plan.
Whoa, these must have come from huge birds. Look at me, Dad.
Let me see that. What is it?
What is it?
Icarus, help me collect as many of these as you can. Help me collect as many tree branches, leaves, anything you can find.
For days, Daedalus worked with bird feathers, branches from trees, and wax to build his latest and greatest invention.
What is it? What'd you make, Dad? Whoa, wings! Come here, let me attach these back to your back. How do I look? Perfect, now help me attach mine.
There was no way out through the complicated maze, with the entrance blocked, and Daedalus knew that even if he and Icarus could scale the dangerous rock face down to the ocean, King Minos' men would catch them, which meant
We're gonna fly.
no human had ever overcome the force of gravity to soar through the air like a bird. If anyone was capable of such a creation, it was Daedalus.
Let's go. Wait. If you fly too close to the water, the wings will get wet, which will pull you into the sea.
Okay, can we go now?
And I've crafted these with wax. If you fly too close to the hot sun, the wax will melt, destroying your wings.
I love my wings. I'm a bird.
Are you listening to me?
Yeah, be careful. I know. Can we go now?
All right, follow me.
And for the first time ever, humans took flight.
Look at me, Dad! Haha, yes.
Down below, the citizens of Crete looked up and witnessed this impossible sight.
Icarus, be careful.
I'm like a god on Mount Olympus.
Icarus flew higher and higher.
I'm a god.
And higher still until he was the only tiny speck in the sky.
Icarus, no!
Icarus fell into the sea, disappearing under the water. Daedalus couldn't do anything. Icarus had ignored his warning and fallen from the sky. Daedalus wept for his son, but kept flapping his wings, eventually arriving in Sicily. He would forever be haunted by his son Icarus' failure to heed his warning. Ariadne, you're still here?
I never left. I've been sitting over there the whole time.
This myth is over.
Just think, you all could have seen the wedding of Ariadne and Dionysus. Dionysus, the god of wine and theater. That was a good reception.
That's how the story goes. It always ends with Icarus falling into the sea.
Ariadne! Look me up, people!
The end. This myth is over. Time for the next myth.
1,000 years would be worth the wait. It might take a lifetime, but somehow I'll see it through, and I won't look back. I can go the distance, and I'll stay on track. No, I won't accept defeat. It's an uphill slope, but I won't lose hope till I go the distance and my journey is complete. Like a shooting star, I can go the distance. I will search the world. I will face its harms. I don't care how far. I'll be where you are till I find my heroes welcome waiting in your arms. Till I find my heroes welcome waiting in your arms.
The myth of Pandora. While the gods sat upon Mount Olympus feasting on nectar, there was a young titan, Prometheus, who yearned to make the world of mortals wiser and better than it had ever been before. There came a time where Prometheus challenged Zeus and asked him why he refused to give the human world fire.
With fire, humans can warm themselves. They can keep themselves warm and cook their harvest to nourish their families. Without it, they're no better off than the beasts.
Fire is only for the gods. It is far too powerful for lowly mortals. They will only misuse it. Or worse, they'll become strong and wise like us. And after a while, they might drive us from our own kingdoms. Sorry, but the answer's no.
And what if I asked Hestia directly? After all, she's the keeper of the hearth. Surely she'd listen to reason.
I have given you your answer. Do not cross me again, Prometheus.
But Prometheus was a proud titan, and he was determined to help the mortals. So he climbed to the top of Mount Olympus and stole an ember from the sacred heart of Hestus. Prometheus gave fire to the humans, providing them new warmth, strength, and power.
Prometheus, 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 Prometheus.
I'm sorry I betrayed you, but after I saw those mortals shivering at night, forced to eat raw meat, I had no choice but to intervene.
You have betrayed me. From this day forward, you shall forever be chained to this rock.
Forever? You mean like forever, forever?
It won't be so bad. You're allowed to have visitors.
Caw, 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 caw.
Zeus was also angry with the mortals for accepting the embers and decided he would punish them as well. No longer would they live in the blissful shadow of the gods.
Let them keep their fire. I will make them feel 10 times more miserable before they had it.
Since Zeus was a clever god, he devised a clever punishment. The punishment for mortals would take the form of a beautiful woman, the first woman on earth.
I will create a gift for the earth, a beautiful girl. She will look like our own Aphrodite and be blessed with a gift from each of the gods. Hephaestus, god of craftsmanship, I order you to mold this girl out of clay. Aphrodite, crown her with jewels and beauty. Athena, give her wisdom and craft. And Apollo, teach her how to sing. And I will give her the greatest gift, the greatest of human's gifts, curiosity. And we will name her
Pandora!
which means all gifted.
When Pandora was ready to be given to the earth, Zeus ordered Hermes to present her with one final gift.
The box. Yes, the box.
Got it, Pop. Your final gift, Pandora, this beautiful box.
Gee, thanks. How'd you know I wanted a box?
Take it to Earth with you, but under no circumstance may you ever open it.
Wait, why? What's inside the box?
Just promise you never open it.
It's getting late. Earth must be waiting for me. Time to go.
And so Pandora was placed on Earth. Zeus took vengeance by presenting Pandora to Prometheus' twin brother, Epimetheus. Prometheus had warned Epimetheus to beware of Zeus.
Brother, beware! Beware of Zeus! He's going to try to trick you!
But Epimetheus was so struck by Pandora's beauty, he forgot all prior warnings.
Brother, hello! Over here, I'm still chained to this rock. Brother? Do you hear something?
Must just be the wind.
Brother! Remember me? Remember me? Caw, 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 caw.
You are gracious and forgiving, God, to present me with such a beautiful wife. I thought you'd have it after my brother betrayed you.
All is forgiven. Good luck in your new lives together. Trust me, you'll need it.
Pandora was a blessed young woman, now happily married and with every gift a mortal could ask for. But she was not perfectly happy. As the days passed, she could not stop thinking about what might be inside the box.
How I wish I could open it. I know I have everything, but if I could just get a tiny little glimpse of what was inside that box, somehow my life would finally be complete.
I'm sorry, but I can't let you. My brother betrayed the gods, and look what happened. It's for your own good, my dear wife.
It was not long before Zeus's gift of curiosity finally got the best of Pandora. She could no longer wait to see what was inside the box. In the middle of the night, Pandora snuck out of her house and crept into the garden. She carefully placed the box on the ground.
It's just a box. I'm sure one small peek won't do me any harm. Besides, who'll ever know?
Carefully, Pandora took out a little key and opened the mysterious box of the gods. No sooner had she opened it than a terrible wind came forth, and out from the box flew a swarm of human miseries. Greed!
Mine. It's all mine.
Slander!
I'm not one to gossip, but a little birdie told me.
Vanity!
Enough about you. What do you think of me?
And all the other evils that the world would have been spared up until that moment. Horrified at what she'd done, she desperately tried to contain the miseries and put them back inside the box.
Pandora, what have you done? Close the box.
But it was too late. She lost all of them but one. Pandora clapped the lid onto the box before Hope had a chance to fly away.
Hope. At least I still have hope.
So even though Pandora made her tragic mistake and released some miseries into the world, she was able to save Hope. And that is why, though the world is not perfect and miseries do occur, we still hang on to tomorrow, always filled with hope that things will get better with time.
The myth of Persephone as the goddess of fertility. Demeter was in charge of all the fields and crops and assured the earth of good harvests and abundant life. Zeus was very fond of Demeter and appreciative of all she did for the earth, and so he made Demeter his wife. Together they had a beautiful daughter who they named Persephone. Persephone brought Demeter so much joy that she never let her daughter out of her sight. When Demeter went to the earth to look after her fields and trees, she brought Persephone with her.
Come, Persephone, my cherished child, let us sprinkle the flowers with the dewdrops of heaven.
Persephone was raised among the flowers and was even told she looked like a flower herself. It was who she named all the flowers in the world.
Since you are as bright as the sun, I shall name you Sunflower. Since you are as delicate as the wind, you shall be called the Daisy.
She would dance and laugh in the fields, and with her laughter came much happiness and sunshine from the gods. And it was with this laughter that caught the attention of Hades, the god of the underworld.
Who dares to wake me up in the middle of my beauty sleep?
Now, Hades was known to be a gloomy and grumpy god, and one who kept mostly to himself, hidden in the caves of the underworld. But hearing this laughter of Persephone suddenly stirred love in his heart.
What is this strange feeling that's come over me? Why is my frown turning upside down? I feel happy. Oh, I wish I could have this girl as my wife to live with me in the underworld and bring her laughter to my tedious days.
But Hades knew that Demeter would never part with her beloved daughter, and so he devised a mischievous plan to capture the beautiful girl.
Mother, the sun is so high in the sky today. Please let me go gather flowers in the meadow.
My dear daughter, how I desire to grant you every last request, but there is more danger in the world than your young heart can know.
Please, Mother, I promise I'll return before dark. The flowers are so beautiful and plentiful that I will make the most beautiful crown for you.
Very well, Persephone, but do not travel too far or rest behind trees where I cannot see you.
Thank you, Mother. I will do as you say.
But in her excitement, Persephone forgot to heed her mother's warning. She strayed too far for her mother to see her.
Closer, closer, closer.
And here in the flattest part of the meadow, the ground split open. In an instant, Hades reached up from the underworld and snatched the girl, dragging her down below. The ground quickly covered up the hole, and silence fell upon the land. Demeter realized instantly that something was wrong and called out urgently for her daughter.
Persephone! Persephone! Where are you? Come back! Persephone!
Persephone had vanished without a trace, and Hades led the frightened girl to his home in the underworld.
Do not be afraid, Persephone. You'll be happy here.
How can I be happy in a home such as this where the sun will never again touch my skin?
I will give you any gift your heart desires. I will give you a throne of black marble and all the jewels you could ever want. You shall be queen of the underworld.
I have no use for cold jewels. I love the warmth of the summer air and the delicacy of the flowers. They are my jewels.
Enough complaining. What's done is done. You must remain with me now. In time, you'll grow to be happy here. This might take longer than I thought.
In the meantime, Demeter had talked with all the birds and discovered what happened to her precious daughter. In a rage, she went to the god Zeus.
No, I wasn't especially fond of you, Demeter. I oblige to the earth fame whenever your fields are thirsty. But what is it you ask of me now?
Your brother Hades has stolen our daughter and dragged her down to the underworld to be his queen. You must rescue her immediately. Justice! Justice must be had.
Please calm yourself. Though we've had our differences, Hades is a powerful god and will make a good husband for our daughter.
Anyone but
I cannot make such a demand of my own brother.
But he's stolen her unfairly.
I admit, his wooing was a little abrupt, but she will be taken well care of.
Anyone but Hades. Persephone is a flower child, a daughter of the morning. No ray of sunlight ever pierces that dark hole he calls his kingdom. She will wither and die.
Don't be absurd. She's a daughter of Zeus. She will survive.
And with that, Zeus dismissed his wife, tired of her pleading. But Demeter's sorrow was uncomfortable, and she wept day after day for her daughter. Weeks passed, and Zeus began to receive complaints from the mortals. Crops were dying, soil was dry, and no buds were blooming.
I realize that I may have not been entirely fair. Can't we find some compromises?
As long as my daughter is gone, I will weep. As I'm the goddess of fertility, while she's gone, nothing will grow. No tree will bear fruit, no grass will spring. I will mourn and the earth will grow as dry and shriveled as my heart.
Somehow, I don't think that's going to ease immortals. Very well then. She will be allowed to leave Hades as long as she has not eaten the fruit of the underworld. If she has, you understand there is nothing I can do. She will remain there forever. I will send Hermes to rescue Persephone and bring her back home to you.
I'm sure she has not eaten. Her soul will be too heavy to eat.
But in fact, Persephone had been growing weak with hunger, and though nothing grew in the underworld, there was one single tree that bloomed in Hades' garden.
Come, Persephone, and taste of my pomegranate tree. I'm sure you have never tasted such sweet, juicy fruit.
That is very generous of you to share the fruit of your only tree. Perhaps I have underestimated you after all.
Eat it, eat it, eat it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Persephone had eaten 6 seeds when Hermes finally arrived to take her back to Earth.
Persephone, your father Zeus has declared that you are to return to your mother. Come with me, and I shall bring you home where the lands bloom under the blessings of the sun.
Oh, thank you, Hermes. I knew my mother would not leave me here for eternity.
But Hades interrupted before their departure.
Not so fast, my friends. Persephone has eaten of the fruit of the underworld. Since she has eaten 6 seeds, she must remain with me for 6 months of the year. She may return to Earth for now, but I will see you again soon, my dear.
Hades smiled as he watched Persephone leave, for he knew that she would enjoy be returning to him. When Demeter saw her daughter again, she ran to her with joy.
Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun.
My dear daughter, never again shall we be parted. Together we shall make nature bloom all year round.
I'm sorry, Demeter, but it cannot be. She is eaten of the pomegranate, 6 seeds.
I'm so sorry, Mother. I must return to the underworld for 6 months every year. It is my punishment.
My dear daughter, how I shall cry without you.
Do not cry, Mother. We must be happy for the time that we have.
You have raised our daughter well, Demeter. Persephone is wise beyond her years. Listen to her advice and let us put this drought and famine to an end.
Very well. When you are here with me, I will be happy and smile upon the earth, and everything will bloom in my joy. But for the 6 months that you are gone, I will weep, and the earth will weep with me. During that time, nothing will grow, and the land will grow as dry and hard as my heart.
And this is why there are seasons, and why summer and winter are as they are. For when Persephone returns to her mother in the spring, the sun shines, and when she returns to Hades in the fall, the earth must sleep under frost.